Hi there, my name's Ryan Brain and I'm a video game designer working for Sony at Evolution Studios up near Liverpool, and I grew up in Brandon. When I was still at school I wanted to end up being an actor or a writer. Obviously my career has gone in a completely different direction, but I do still write as part of my job and for fun, and I have made the occasional short film. I don't actually remember receiving any advice about what I wanted to do. I mean, what does a teacher tell a student that wants to be an actor? Just audition, which I did a few times, and it never really went anywhere. I was 21 when I realised I wanted to make games for a living. I'd always been an avid gamer, and me and some friends had started our own LAN party organisation and started hosting LAN parties in the towns and villages surrounding Norwich. But at the time there weren't really that many games out that allowed you to mod them and create new experiences. So I didn't really know where to start and what to do. And at the time the internet hadn't been around for very long, so there weren't a lot of learning materials like there is today for figuring out how to make games. But then I found a university course that was dedicated to the design of video games, so I joined it. At the time I was working in a tech support job in Newmarket and not really enjoying it very much, but the money was pretty good. So to do this, to go to university to study this games design course, I had to give up everything. It was in Hull, so that meant moving away, about 2.5–3 hours away from my parents and my friends, and it meant giving up my job, giving up that money, and living for the next 3 years on basically nothing, scraping by on a student's salary, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. It's hard to have regrets when the decision to go to university, when I did, led to me getting a new career in the industry, meeting my wife. But if I had to choose something, I regret going to university straight out of school because it didn't last. I wasn't emotionally ready for it. It was a very, very lonely experience, so I do regret that. But I don't regret anything about going to university when I was 21. The thing I'm most proud of is probably my work on our game from last year, Motorstorm Apocalypse. I designed all of the earthquake-based, we call them events, cool things that happen during races, like buildings coming down and city streets being ripped up as you're racing around. So that's probably what I'm most proud of. I'd like to get the opportunity to be lead designer on a game one day, and then perhaps moving on from there becoming a game director on something. That would be really nice, but I'm also interested in teaching, so I may end up teaching game design at university. The best piece of advice I could give anybody looking to start a career in the games industry is to learn some of the core game development skills like 3D modelling, programming and level design. There are lots and lots of free learning materials out there on the internet, and a lot of free software as well. Autodesk offer Maya on a 3-year student license, Crytek offer their amazing SDK on a non-commercial license. Valve, Bethesda, BioWare and others all offer modding tools for their games, so there really is no excuse not to learn. So take my advice, if you are serious about working in the industry, learn some of this stuff, because it will really show prospective employees that you're passionate about making video games and not just playing them.